January 2nd, 2016. First bass adventure of the new year. Heading to Lake Jackson. It's about 1:30, but it's going to be an interesting day fishing. I haven't fished this year, haha. But this past week it's been rather warmish weather. I mean, all throughout December in Florida it's been pretty warm, you know, almost like early fall bass fishing weather. Been able to get away with top water, even crankbaits, fishing any sort of soft plastic really as fast as you want, and still able to get a bite. But today's really the first day that we've actually had some decent cold weather, not just a day or two, but it's about day 3, and you know, it's 54 degrees, which for Florida, you know, we consider that cold. So water's going to be down. It's been reported that at the lake I'm going to fish, that fish have actually been coming up to spawn. That's how confused they are with this warm weather. So now that we've got this cold weather, we had all this rain come through, these bass are going to be so confused, and it's really going to be interesting to see if I can get any sort of bite and what lures they are going to be willing to bite. Right now on my medium stick, I just have a Senko tied on. Figured, why not? You know, it got a little worm bullet on it. Got June bug Senko. Just fish a worm. It's a great all year round lure to use. And then on my heavy rod, I've got a swim bait, and there's a lot I can do with the swim bait. I can fish it as fast as I want along these weed lines. I can even fish it like a fluke and still get some bites. Gonna try to develop a pattern heading out to Rodin Cove. Gonna go left of these little trails that only kayaks can get back into, and work my way through some confidence spots, places that I've caught fish. There's an open area right before Rodin Cove where there's some grass lines I want to fish as well, see if there's any bass hiding up in those grass lines, and then just really work my way as slow as possible. The key today, you know, the weather is 55. It's the warmest part of the day. It's been about 40 degrees the whole day, but now 1:30, 2 o'clock, the sun's starting to come up. So this lady in front of me looks like she was waving at me. I don't know why. But with it being the warmer part of the day, hopefully these fish are going to be ready to eat, feeding. Probably still not going to be as active as I would like them to be, but hopefully able to get a bite off of something. But you know, the key to today is just probably going to be to fish as slow as possible. Try to get that lure in front of the fish's face and see if he's willing to bite it. So we shall see. So I've been out here about an hour and haven't had a bite. Started out fishing a swim bait, switched to a jig. Now I'm on this little, let's see if I can show you. Just a Texas rig, flipping style bait with a rage color. Heavy stick, but also seeing these fish, these bass, I don't think they're boatfin or anything, but they've been on top of the surface and they slowly come back in my kayak and scatter, which is really weird. I feel like these fish should be pushed up underneath, just chilling underneath the structure. But also wanted to show you the beauty of the kayak. No way a bass boat could get through this, but anyway, this is the spot. There's some timber and some brush piles I can flip this style bait up to. I'm curious to try a frog. You know, it's almost fall conditions, so if I can spook a bass and get a frog, I can very well get a good bite. But you know, I just haven't figured out the mood yet, so. Okay. I am shaking so hard. Oh, nice 2-3 pound bass, first of. Got back this creek. I don't know if it's necessary. Beautiful healthy fish. Not a huge gut. He bit so hard. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It looks like I missed the first hook set, which is that blood right there. Then I flipped
back out, and I got a much more. I'm trying to work the camera a little bit. More so on the right side, can't quite see it. But, just a beautiful bass. Got to get a weight on him. But you know, just looking rage crawl across these grass lines over here, not more than 2-3 feet deep, and that was fun. Try to get that's what I'm talking about. I'm still back here in this creek, and they seem to be back here, and this is just a nice quality Jackson fish. You know, probably right at 2 pounds. I wouldn't put him over that. He was trying to bite my finger. I don't know what that's about. Good luck with that. Just a quality fish. Look at the colors on that guy. Bit it right on the fall. You know, when you're fishing these Texas rig style flipping baits, always keep an eye on your line. I saw my line flinch, and I decided, hey, that's probably a bite. And just kind of reeled in a little bit and continued to see my line moving. And he swallowed it pretty deep. Got a good hook set on him, and he fought hard. But was able to get him in a boat. He's got a couple scratches on the side. I'm not sure what that's about. That might be from me and my boat. Sorry, guy. But just a beautiful fish. Gonna get him weighed to see how much he is. I would guess right at 2, but another chunker. So, I mean, again, I don't have a fish finder. How was I supposed to know that back here there would be some bass? The answer is simple. You don't need a fish finder to catch bass. You just need to use your senses and get old school with it. Sorry if sitting Indian style freaks you out, but I don't have any mounts on my kayak right now. But I mean, back here there's tons of wildlife. There's tons of different birds. There's ducks, and they're feeding on these bait fish. Little tadpoles eating bugs. We've had some rain, so stuff's gotten washed down back into the shallow area. Well, wherever the bait fish are, newsflash, there's going to be bass back there as well. So, catching them back here is not a surprise, even with the colder weather. Almost got a bite, I thought. But, you know, even with the colder weather, them being in shallow water, it's not a shocker. And the bait I'm working today is just perfect for that type of pattern. You know, I got it on Trocar. I think it's a 4/0 flipping hook. Just a little. I want to say this is a 3/16. I'm not sure, but you know, not even tungsten. You don't have to use tungsten, people. And you know, go ahead and buy the nicer plastics. I've got 2 fish on this rage prawn. I think I could get 1 more on it before I got to throw it to the side. But you know, rage tail, rage crawl, June bug in general always works well at Lake Jackson. But you know, just flipping along these grass lines, you know, there's bass up in there. They're waiting for these bait fish to come swimming by before they ambush them. When they see this crawl, or my imitation of a crawl, they can't resist it. So, easy squeeze. And also, you know, so much easier to flip in a bass boat or any boat in general, because you've got more room to work with. But here I am, this little 8-foot kayak, and I'm flipping. And the technique it's not hard. It takes a little time. You need technique with the bait caster. Ooh. What was that? Might have been just a bluegill or something. But I mean, any technique with the bait caster is going to take time to learn. But pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it out and just flipping it, you know, kind of like sidearm, as soft as possible. Trying to. Oh, might have been something. That's embarrassing. But just trying to drop it as silently as I can on that water. You don't want to speak fast. Ooh. Come on, boy. Yeah. That's cool. Little guy. I mean, that right there is a perfect example. Here's why you should probably get something bigger than an 8-foot kayak. Tangled up. But, I mean, that's why you flip sidearm. You don't want to bait it as loud as you can.
Alright, so before I roll out here, I don't want to be GoProing and driving and be distracted, but thought I'd go over what I did today, the pros, the cons. Here at Lake Jackson, put in at Rodin Cove, immediately went out into this little open area and fished along these grass lines, fishing a swim bait, and wasn't getting hit. So switched to a jig, which is much slower, probably what you would consider the opposite, and still couldn't get hit. Decided to work my way back into this little trail where it kind of opens up into part of the neighborhood almost. And bass were there, and the bass were willing to hit what I threw at them. All I was throwing was a something just hit on the water behind me, but a 4-aught Trocar flipping hook, little 3/16 ounce steel bullet weight, and a Rage Craw made by Rage Tail Strike King in the Jumbo color. And you know, it's just like baseball. You want to get your bait out. You know, the more at bats you get, the better the chance you're going to have of hitting a home run. So just kept flipping it out there, and you know, was able to get 3 home runs along with that silly mudfish. And probably could have caught more. You know, it's 57 degrees right now. It's starting to cool down. I was starting to get cold. I decided to come on in, but good day. 2 really good quality fish. One little dinky guy, but still fun to catch. I'll take them. But definitely want to start doing this more. Kind of my New Year's resolution. I've had this GoPro, and I've always meant to do some fishing instruction videos. And you know, feel free to comment. You know what you think. If you have any questions, I will always hit you back. I'm not somebody that, you know, holds on to these bass fishing secrets. You know, it's my goal. I want people to have fun fishing. I love it so much. So you know, definitely hit me up. Feel free to share it as well. Definitely going to be doing more of these at different lakes as well, and it'll be fun as the weather starts to change and can try other techniques. So appreciate you guys. Matty Ice.